Chapter 550. There was a stalk of grass in her dantian. Di Biming looked at the pale-faced Yin Chuzhou on the bed. The dull pain in his heart was as sharp as a knife. Just a moment ago, she was still showing off to him. How did she suddenly become like this? Young Master Di, did little Jiu have any hidden illness in the past? Elder Qi could not find the cause of Yin Chujia's illness, and was also sweating profusely. Di Biming's expression changed. Could it be the strange grass in the Guaichao's dantian? Last time, it was because of the fight between the Guaichao and the Great Void Mirror that the Guaichao was in unbearable pain. Could it be that the Guaichao was behind this again? Elder Qi, if there is a foreign object in the dantian, can it be taken out? There is a foreign object in the dantian? How is that possible? A person's dantian is extremely fragile. Even the slightest mistake in cultivation could cause cracks to appear in the dantian, let alone a foreign object. If the dantian is destroyed, then this person's cultivation will come to an end. What if there really is a foreign object? Di Biming also felt that this situation was inconceivable. However, there was indeed a foreign object in Black Thing's dantian. Fuck, it wasn't just one but two. Even if this situation really exists, it can't be taken out. Unless the dantian is taken out through a rupture of the abdomen, then this person will become a cripple and won't be able to cultivate for the rest of his life. Elder Qi was suddenly stunned. Then he looked at Yin Chuzhou, who was lying on the bed in fear. Young Master Di, do you mean to say that there is something in little Jiu's dantian? Di Biming swept his gaze across the room. Seeing that everyone in the room was trustworthy, he said in a low voice, "That's right. There is something growing in little Jiu's dantian. A blade of grass. I suspect that it is because of that little Jiu became like this." What the hell? Everyone in the room felt that the young Master Di was most likely crazy. What was he talking about? There's a blade of grass growing in little Jiu's dantian? Fuck, did you think that it was a field? There's even a blade of grass growing. This was ridiculous to the extreme. Young Master Di, is what you said true? Elder Qi also felt that this young Master Di was most likely too upset, and was starting to talk nonsense. It's true. There is indeed a stalk of grass in little Jiu's dantian. I wonder if there is a way to take it out? Elder Qi shook his head like a rattledrum. Young Master Di, I've already said that it isn't possible unless we cut open her abdomen and take out her dantian. If that's the case, even if we succeed, little Jiu won't be able to continue cultivating. Di Biming also knew that this information was difficult to process. After all, in the past tens of thousands of years, there was only one exception when it came to growing grass in one's dantian. He nodded. You guys can go back first. I want to be alone with little Jiu for a while. Elder Qi thought to himself that this was his room. However, he knew that Di Biming's heart was in a mess, so he did not say much and followed everyone out. Di Biming held Yin Chujia's cold little hand. Little Jiu, didn't you say that you're a little troublemaker who can't die? Didn't you say that you're the most powerful? I still have 100 of your supreme grade spirit stones here. If you don't wake up, I'll take it for myself. You can't bear to let me do that, right? If you can't bear that, then quickly wake up. Di Biming did not know what he was talking about. He could only keep talking so that he would not think about what would happen if the black thing never woke up. He could only keep talking so that he would feel that the black thing was still alive. Even though Di Biming's voice was hoarse, Yin Chuzhou still showed no signs of waking up. Moreover, her pulse was getting weaker and the vitality in her body was rapidly draining. Chapter 551. I will accompany you and protect you. Di Biming walked out of the room and said to Elder Qi. Elder Qi, I'll return to the Tianyuan continent to look for my master. Best case scenario is that I can find him. If I can't find him, I will return in 2 days. When the time comes, please take out little Jiu's dantian. Although cultivation is important, it is more important to protect little Jiu's life. I will find a way to reconstruct her dantian. Elder Qi nodded. Young Master Di, don't be too sad. Little Jiu has the heavens on her side. Maybe things will turn for the better. Di Biming nodded and immediately returned to the Tianyuan continent on a flying spirit tool to look for his master, the old man of Lake Tianqi. The old man of Lake Tianqi did not have a fixed residence. He should be in seclusion somewhere. Di Biming had sent him a voice transmission talisman the last time, but there was no reply. Di Biming knew that the chances of finding the old man were very low, but he had to give it a try even if it was only a 1 in 10,000 success rate. It was not that Di Biming had not thought of looking for other mighty figures in the Tianyuan continent to treat Yin Chujio. Firstly, Yin Chujia's spiritual power was low, and she could not enter the Tianyuan continent. Secondly, those mighty figures did not have permanent abodes, and he could not find them in a short period of time. Thirdly, Yin Chujio had too many secrets. If he was not careful, not only would he not be able to treat her, but he would also invite trouble. Di Biming traveled day and night, pushing the speed of his flying spirit tool to its limit. He and his subordinates went to a few places that the old man might have gone to, but they still could not find his whereabouts. Even though Di Biming was mentally prepared, he still felt disheartened. Although he had the Dantian reconstruction technique, the technique was difficult to execute. On top of that, even if he succeeded, the reconstructed Dantian would be extremely fragile. If he was not careful, it would shatter again. If he was truly careless, he might even lose his life. Di Biming returned to Spirit Radiance sect. When Elder Qi and the others saw Di Biming's expression, they knew that he had returned empty-handed. Elder Qi sighed. "Young Master Di, this is little Jio's fate. Don't be too sad." Di Biming had not a drop of water for 2 days and 2 nights. He looked haggard and asked in a hoarse voice, "How is little Jio?" "I'm afraid she won't last until tomorrow morning. Young Master Di, I've already prepared the tools and pills to cut her abdomen open and remove her dantian. Go in and take a look at little Jio. Let's hurry up." Although Elder Qi knew that taking out her dantian was the last resort, if she did not have her dantian removed immediately, little Jio might really lose her life. Di Biming entered the room and saw Yin Chujio lying in bed lifelessly. If it was not for the slight rise and fall of her chest, she would have been no different from a dead person. Di Biming knelt by the bed and grabbed Yin Chujio's hand as tears fell. "Little Jio, it's my fault. I couldn't find my master. I couldn't protect your dantian. If you woke up and found yourself a cripple, you would definitely blame me, right? However, I can't just watch you die. Even if there was a chance of survival, I would want you to survive. Don't worry, I will accompany you to find my master to rebuild your dantian and search for all the heavenly and earthly treasures that can prolong your life. From now on, you don't have to work hard to cultivate. I will accompany you and protect you. Don't you like reading storybooks? I will get someone to buy all the storybooks. I will accompany you to read them, okay?" Di Biming really hoped that Yin Chujio would open her eyes then and say to him with a smile, "Don't go back on your words." However, Yin Chujio laid there without any vitality, as if she had fallen into deep sleep forever. Chapter 552. I Can't Die in Peace. Yin Chujio, who was floating above the bed, was laughing her head off. "Oh my, it's quite touching when a gigolo talks about love." Yin Chujio broke into tears after laughing. Fuck. Who would be able to calm down after waking up and discovering that she had turned into a wandering soul? When Yin Chujio regained consciousness, she discovered that her body was lying on the bed while she was floating in the air. She was a little confused at first. When did another me appear? Later, she realized that her soul had left her body and she was a wandering soul. Yin Chujio was like a spectator as she watched Di Biming, Elder Qi, and the others discussing her illness. At first, this fellow thought that it was quite fun and floated down to touch Di Biming's face. Unfortunately, her hand went through Di Biming's body and did not touch anything. She was a little anxious. She wanted to return to her body, but every time she went through it, she could not merge with her body. This girl ran into her body hundreds of times at lightning speed, but still could not return to her body. She then started crying. "Damn heavens. You can't stand to see me doing well. I just turned into a little beauty, and you did this to me." Sob sob. "I didn't even have time to defile the gigolo and just died like that. Oh God, if I die, the gigolo will benefit others. Fuck. I still don't know who wants to kill me. I can't even die in peace. I haven't found my adoptive parents yet and I still don't know where I came from. I'm about to choke on my own fart. I really can't accept this. Yun Chujio tried all kinds of methods, but she was still unable to return to her body. This fellow was able to adapt to the situation. Perhaps it was because she had transmigrated, so her soul had left her body. It did not matter. Besides, she gained those 2 years of experience. Before she faces death's door, she might as well head out and look at all the humans and beasts. Yun Chujio tried to float away, but she realized that she could not be too far away from her body. She could only float around the house. Yun Chujio was so bored that she wanted to hit the wall. Of course, this fellow had also hit the wall, but her soul just passed through the wall without being damaged. Now that she heard Di Baiming's affectionate narration, she grinned and howled. Sob sob. My gigolo, I can't bear to part with you either. But we are destined to be separated. Fuck. If I knew who caused me to become like this, I wouldn't forgive him. The gigolo said that it was the strange grass who caused the trouble, but was it really the green foxtail who made me like that? Sobs. I told you. I am the worm of Cordyceps sinensis. I am a pig that is fattened and waiting to be slaughtered. Strange grass, you've harmed me so you won't be able to recover either. Oomph. In a while Elder Chi will take out my dantian. The gigolo will definitely tear you into pieces. And that broken mirror. What a bullshit piece of divine weapon. Are you just going to watch as your landlord is killed? Aren't you afraid that you won't have a house to live in the future? If I were you, I would smack strange grass to death. Just as Yun Chujio was muttering to herself, she saw Elder Chi walk in with some tools that were prepared to help Yun Chujio retrieve her dantian. Young Master D, it's about time. If we delay any longer, I'm afraid that little Jio won't be able to hold on until then. Di Baiming nodded. Then let's begin. Yun Chujio's emotions were very complicated at that moment. Fuck, who else would be able to watch their stomach get cut open? Chapter 553. Definitely the work of strange grass. Young Master D, pry open little Jio's mouth. I will feed this anesthetic pill to her. After the anesthetic pill takes effect, I will perform the cut. Elder Chi said to Di Baiming. Di Baiming pried open Yun Chujio's mouth. Just as Elder Chi placed the pill to Yun Chujio's lips, the pill was actually sucked in. Elder Chi and Di Baiming were stunned. Elder Chi said in surprise, Little Jio, are you awake? Di Baiming was both happy and scared. He looked nervously at Yun Chujio on the bed, but her face was still pale. She lay there lifelessly. Could it be that my hands are shaking? I'll try feeding little Jio another blood coagulation pill. Elder Chi gestured for Di Baiming to pry open Yun Chujio's mouth again. Elder Chi placed the blood coagulation pill to Yun Chujio's lips with a slight tremble. Then the pill was sucked in once again. Yun Chujio, who was floating in the air, could not help but twitch her lips. It must be that damn grass trick. It must be hungry. Damn. You dare to torture me to death. This time you are going to be finished too. Young Master D, what's going on? Little Jio did not wake up. Why is this pill being swallowed by itself? Elder Chi asked in shock. Di Baiming's brows were tightly furrowed, and his eyes suddenly lit up. He took out a bottle of pills from his storage ring, and stuffed them into Yun Chujio's mouth one by one. Elder Chi's face was filled with shock. What was young Master D doing this time? Was this the way to eat pills? Young Master D, stop. Are you trying to kill little Jio? Elder Chi angrily shouted. Elder Chi, this might be the way to save little Jio. That strange grass in her dantian likes to eat medicinal pills. Perhaps after feeding it, little Jio will wake up. Di Baiming said with a trembling voice. What the hell? It was strange enough that there was grass in her dantian. It actually eats medicinal pills. Are you sure you are talking about grass? Elder Chi saw that Di Baiming did not seem to be lying, so he could only watch in a daze as Di Baiming stuffed bottle after bottle of medicinal pills into Yun Chujio's mouth. Elder Chi was surprised to find that Yun Chujio's face was not as pale as before as more and more pills were stuffed into her mouth. Yun Chujio, who was floating in the air, rubbed her chin and cursed. Fuck. Looking at this, it seems that this incident was definitely caused by strange grass. Damn it, Just you wait. If I die, then so be it. But if I come back to life, let's see how I will deal with you. Very quickly, Biming's storage ring was almost emptied of medicinal pills. Elder Qi quickly took out a few bottles of medicinal pills and handed them to Biming. Who would have thought that when Biming put these medicinal pills into Yin Chujia's mouth, she would actually spit them out? Biming and Elder Qi were stunned. Biming frowned, and then his eyes lit up. It must be that the strange grass dislikes low-grade medicinal pills. Elder Qi, quick. Go to the spirit herb garden and get more high-grade medicinal herbs. Break them and feed them to little Jiao. Elder Qi ran out to gather the medicinal herbs with a dumbfounded expression. What the hell is this grass? Not only did it grow in her dantian, it even swallows medicinal pills. The most infuriating thing is that it's picky. It's really too weird. Master Xianyuan and the others were originally waiting outside. When they saw Elder Qi run out like a rabbit, they quickly ran back into the house. Everyone was worried. Could there be an emergency? Hopefully everything goes smoothly. Chapter 554. Shameless supercilious grass. Elder Qi put in a lot of effort. All of the herbs he picked were high-grade spirit herbs. Even the 10 earth-grade, high-grade herbs that Shui Wuji gave were brought over as well. Yin Chujio was very touched. Although I'm very uninteresting, I still have a good relationship with people, right? Elder Qi is such a stingy person, but he actually plucked all these good herbs for me. It's really touching. Damn grass. Just you wait. You eat what's mine sooner or later. I'll make you spit it out. Elder Qi crushed the herbs and fed them to Yin Chujio. As expected, this time she did not spit them out. She swallowed them happily and impatiently. Elder Qi's worldview was refreshed. Only Yin Chujio, this little demon, had such a strange thing growing in her dantian. As more and more herbs were fed, Yin Chujio's face gradually became rosier, and her pulse became stronger. Biming and Elder Qi were ecstatic. Great! Little Jiao could be saved. Young Master D, since little Jiao is getting better, let's stop feeding her herbs for the time being. I'll keep an eye on her. You should rest first. Don't let little Jiao fall ill when she wakes up. Elder Qi said to Biming. Biming shook his head. I'll just sit here and meditate. You should go back and rest. The two of them were worried about Yin Chujio, so they decided to stay. However, they soon discovered a problem. Although Yin Chujio was getting better, a day and a night had passed, but Yin Chujio still had not woken up. What's going on? Little Jiao's body should have fully recovered by now, so why isn't she awake yet? Elder Qi was puzzled. Biming also frowned. What on earth was going on? Yin Chujio pointed at her stomach and cursed. Fuck. Fuck. Oh my god. Fuck. You damn foxtail. Are you planning to take over this body? Do you think that because you've taken over my body, my Prince Charming will feed you medicinal pills and herbs every day? Dream on. My Prince Charming is wise and mighty. He will soon see through your tricks. When I get you out, I will step on you with my feet. I will chop you with a large kitchen knife. I will beat you with a rolling pin. I will fry you with a frying pan. I don't believe that I can't kill you. Biming, who was watching Yin Chujio by the bed, noticed that Yin Chujio was trembling and could not help but shout in surprise. Elder Qi. Little Jiao moved. Little Jiao moved just now. Elder Qi also rushed forward and stared at Yin Chujio with anticipation, hoping that she would awaken immediately. Yin Chujio saw that strange grass was afraid, so she continued to curse. Strange grass. You heartless, evil grass. If it weren't for me, you would still be a seed. I would be equivalent to your mother. You actually want to kill your mother, you ungrateful grass. Even if you take over my body, you will not be able to survive in the grass world anymore. You will be notorious for thousands of years. Yin Chujio, who was lying on the bed, trembled even more violently. Yin Chujio decided to continue her efforts. Strange grass, you won't be satisfied so easily, right? Are you satisfied with these lousy medicinal herbs? If you kill me, you will never be able to eat those gold-patterned medicinal pills again. If I don't die, I will become more and more powerful. In the future, forget about earth-grade, high-grade herbs, Even heaven-grade herbs will be easy to obtain. I've already said it clearly enough. Whether you want to be a shameless, supercilious grass, or a conscientious grass with integrity, you decide. Chapter 555. Was little Jiu possessed by a ghost at that moment? In Yunchuji's dantian, the strange plant had already grown its fourth leaf. Since it swallowed a large number of medicinal pills and herbs, the 4 leaves were glossy and shiny. When it heard Yunchuji's words, the leaf swayed nonstop as if it was unable to make up its mind. Yunchujiu continued to say, "Little mirror, you will have no place to live if I die. Do you still want those fragments of yours? Don't you want to become an awe-inspiring divine artifact once again?" The void mirror trembled, and then it slammed toward the roots of the strange grass. Yunchujiu, who was lying on the bed, twitched in pain, and a layer of cold sweat immediately appeared on her head. Beiming and Elder Qi were shocked, but they did not know what was going on, so they could only be anxious. Yunchujiu jumped up and cheered for the void mirror. "Little mirror, well done. Since I can't live anymore, why don't you kill strange grass? Hit it well. Kill this ungrateful, supercilious grass." Yunchujiu was shouting vigorously when suddenly, a huge suction force came, followed by a sharp pain from her dantian. "Fuck! It hurts so much. Little mirror, stop. Landlord, I'm back." Yunchujiu realized that her soul and body had become one, so she quickly stopped the mirror from doing anything. The great void mirror hit the strange grass hard again, and only then did it return to its own territory. Strange grass noticed Yunchuji's spiritual sense, and all 4 of its leaves curled up. It looked like it was too ashamed to see anyone. "Strange grass, I didn't expect you to have such evil intentions. You actually want to take over your nesting ground. You really are a black-hearted, pompous grass. Just you wait, I won't let you off. I'll cut you out of my abdomen right now. I don't want this dantian anymore. Little mirror, don't worry. I'll treat you well. As for you, strange grass, I'll fry you, chop you up with a knife, torture you in 18 way." Strange grass roots kept shaking, and its 4 leaves kept swaying as if it was begging for mercy. Yunchujiu snorted coldly. "Hypocrite. I was deceived by your hypocrisy in the past. This time, I'll remove you no matter what. I want to see if your heart is truly evil. You black-hearted, supercilious grass." Strange grass stopped trembling, and seemed as though it was hesitating. Then Yunchujiu noticed that there were strands of green light emitting from strange grass body and swimming into her veins. Yunchujiu felt that her meridians were extremely comfortable. It was as if her entire body was filled with strength. Her meridians became sturdier. Cough, cough. It was as though 2 small steamed buns had popped up on her chest. Yunchuji's eyes lit up. "Oh my, this strange grass can actually do that. Then wouldn't my plan of using my chest to suffocate the gigolo be easily realized?" Beiming and Elder Qi stared blankly at Yunchujiu on the bed. What the hell was that wretched smile on her face? Was little Jiu possessed by a ghost? "Little Jiu? Little Jiu? Are you awake?" Beiming asked in a slightly trembling voice. Yunchujiu opened her eyes and laughed dryly. "Prince Charming, I've made you worry. Anyway, will you still keep your promise? Can I ask him phone to buy storybooks for me?" Beiming knelt by the bed and hugged Yunchujiu. He laid his head on Yunchuji's body, and was silent for a long time. Elder Qi saw this and tactfully retreated. Only then did he think of his herbs. His heart ached so much that he groaned. Chapter 556. Supercilious grass. After a long while, Beiming finally raised his head, but his eyes were slightly red. It seemed that he did not want Yunchujiu to see him cry. Yunchuji's nose was sore. She sat up and hugged Beiming's neck. "Sob sob. Prince Charming, I thought I would never see you again. I thought I was going to be taken over by that strange grass. Sob sob, that damned strange grass is really a supercilious grass. If I didn't threaten it to cut its belly, that bastard wouldn't have let me come back. Sob sob, if it wasn't for little mirror helping me teach it a lesson, that damned strange grass might not really have let me back into the body. That black-hearted bastard. Sob sob, The thing I regret the most is that I choked on my fart before I managed to pounce on and defile you. If I die, it will definitely benefit some coquettish bitch. Baiming glared at her. What nonsense are you spouting? You won't die. I'll find a way to help you get that grass out of your body sooner or later. Yin Chuzhou saw Baiming's slightly red ears and said with a smile. Prince Charming, are you shy? Baiming looked at Yin Chuzhia's smiling face with tears still hanging on it and hugged her, covering his lips with hers. Yin Chuzhia's head exploded like thousands of fireworks blooming in the night sky. Since when did the gigolo become so whiny? Hee hee, but I like it. The two of them lingered on each other's lips for a long time. Yin Chuzhou rolled her eyes and started to play dirty tricks. Gigolo, I'll give it to you today. Bang. She pounced forward. Since Baiming was kneeling on the ground and Yin Chuzhou was sitting on the bed, Baiming was instantly pushed to the ground by Yin Chuzhou. Baiming was about to get up when Yin Chuzhou hugged Baiming's face and kissed him. Young Master D. I heard that little Jiu is awake. Little Jiu, we came to see you. Cough cough. I didn't see anything, my eyesight hasn't been very good recently. When Elder Chu, Master Xianyuan, and the others heard that Yin Chuzhou was awake, they could not wait to visit her. Who would have thought that they would see Yin Chuzhou the moment they entered the house? Oh God, was this the same person who was so sick that she was about to die? She was just a perverted little wolf, was she not? It was really too much to see. They could not bear to look straight at her. Baiming's face instantly turned red. No matter how thick-skinned Yin Chuzhou was, the moment she was exposed, her face also turned slightly red. However, this fellow's skin wasn't something that an ordinary person could compare to. After a moment of embarrassment, he calmly said, Prince Charming, quickly get up. Don't be so careless in the future. If you didn't fall and I didn't have to help you, would I have fallen? I've just recovered from a serious illness, and my body is weak as it is. This fall makes my head feel dizzy. After saying that, she got up and laid on the bed, pretending to be dead. Poor Baiming stood up with a red face. He did not even dare to look at Master Xianyuan and the others. He wished that he could strangle Yin Chuzhou, who was pretending to be dead on the bed. Master Xianyuan quickly said, Well, since little Jiu is feeling dizzy, let's visit her another day. I have something to do anyway. Goodbye. Yes. Yes. I also have something to do. Me too. Goodbye. Master Xianyuan. And the others left in a flash. Baiming said to Yin Chuzhou fiercely, Black thing. Very good. You sold me out at a critical moment. I must punish you well. Yin Chuzhou jumped up from the bed and rushed out of the room. Well, Prince Charming, I'll go back to the dormitory first. See you later. Chapter 557. Worry. Although Baiming was gritting his teeth in anger on the surface, his heart was occupied by the immense joy of Yin Chuzhou waking up. He could not believe that the black thing was really cured. However, he was still very worried in his heart. The grass in her dantian was like a sharp sword on her neck. It could kill her at any moment. Yin Chuzhou took out the chopping board and ran back to the dormitory as if a wolf was chasing after her. Wasn't that embarrassing? The gigolo was actually surrounded by people. These old guys had no manners at all. They actually barged in without knocking on the door. Damn it. If I were to do something bad again, I'd definitely activate the isolation array. This girl thought of her little steamed buns. Oh my, they've bulged a little. It seems that I'm one step closer to becoming a great beauty. Baiming entered the bedroom and saw Yin Chuzhou. Baiming's face instantly turned red. He turned around and stammered, Black thing. What are you doing in broad daylight? Yin Chuzhia's face turned even redder. She shouted, Who told you to come in without knocking? I didn't do anything. I was just taking a look. Hee hee, they've really made some progress. Baiming, who was looking at her face, was stunned at first. Then he thought of something and his nose started bleeding. Prince Charming, why is your nose bleeding again? This is an illness. You need to be treated. Otherwise you'll bleed to death in the future. Baiming glared at her, covered his nose and ran away. Yin Chuzhou giggled happily. Gigolo, you want to fight with me? I'll tease you to death. Biming entered the bedroom with a straight face. Black thing, tell me in detail what happened this time. It's the damn foxtail. When I woke up, I found my soul had left my body. I just floated in the air and watched you guys. Yin Chujo told him what she had experienced. Are you saying that the strange grass wants to take your body for its own? It can control your body? Yes, previously in the desert, this supercilious grass controlled my body and made me drink a lot of water. Prince Charming, this pig of a grass is getting fatter and fatter, and I think it's about to kill me. A rare trace of worry appeared on Yin Chujia's small face. Although Biming was even more worried, he calmly said to Yin Chujio, Black thing, you don't have to worry too much. I've already sent my subordinates to look for my master. As long as I find my master, I will definitely have a way to get rid of this strange grass. Yin Chujio nodded. Prince Charming, then before your master has any news, I will temporarily stop cultivating. If I level up again, maybe the strange grass will grow another leaf. At that time, I will really choke on my farts. Biming nodded. What you said makes sense. Let's not cultivate for the time being. After this incident, Biming had already thought things through. If the black thing is weak, so be it. Worst comes to worst, I will send a few more people to protect her. As long as she's alive, it's better than any other thing already. Yin Chujio continued with a smile. Prince Charming, didn't you say that you would get someone to buy all the storybooks that I like and give them to me? Quickly send someone to buy them. It will be good for me to pass the time. Biming nodded. And Feng, go to Spirit Radiant City right now and buy all the storybooks that little Gio likes. And Feng agreed and left with a hopeless expression. When he thought about how people would perceive him when he buys those storybooks, he really wanted to die. Chapter 558. What birthday gift did you give me during lunch? And Feng came back. Miss Gio, here are the books you wanted. Yin Chujio took it and flipped through it. She was very satisfied. And Feng, your taste is not bad. You picked the ones that I like to read. It seems that you are a kindred spirit. Kindred spirit? Kindred spirit, my foot. The people in the shop looked at me as if I was a pervert. Most importantly, these storybooks were all paid from my own pocket. You didn't even give me a single spirit stone. From that day on, Yin Chujio once again lived a carefree life of playing with cats on the East Peak and walking dogs on the West Peak. Biming no longer forced her to cultivate. Every day, she would only eat, drink and play while reading storybooks. However, for some reason, Yin Chujio felt guilty for wasting her time like this. She laughed at herself in her heart because she was in such a battered state, so why was it that she felt uncomfortable to relax? However, Yin Chujio quickly found a new joy because her 16th birthday was coming up. It was a good opportunity to make a fortune. Thus, from Master Xianyuan to the servants in the Middle Peak kitchen, they were all extorted by this gal. Her little stash was instantly filled. Prince Charming, tomorrow is my birthday. What birthday present are you planning to give me? Yin Chujio blinked her starry eyes and asked Biming the night before. You'll know tomorrow. What time is it? Hurry up and sleep. Prince Charming, just tell me. Otherwise, I won't be able to sleep well tonight. Sleep? Humph. I know even if you don't tell me. Are you planning to give yourself to me as a birthday present? An alluring image appeared in Yin Chujio's mind. Biming took off his clothes and tied a bow on his head. He lay on the bed and gestured at her. The more she thought about it, the more wretched she became. She could not help but laugh out loud. Nonsense. Go to sleep quickly. If you don't sleep soon, you won't be allowed to read your books tomorrow. Biming heard Yin Chujio's laughter, and could not help but feel a little intimidated. If you don't want to tell me, then don't. Anyway, I'll know tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to it. Come quickly tomorrow. Yin Chujio mumbled and finally fell asleep. The next evening, Yin Chujio's small courtyard was very lively. Yin Chuzi and the others were there to celebrate Yin Chujio's birthday. They lit a bonfire in the courtyard and chatted while barbecuing meat. Yin Chujio's heart felt as if a kitten was scratching it. What birthday present did the gigolo prepare for her? He still had not given it to her. How hateful. Little sister Gio, Big brother is here to celebrate your birthday. Shui Wuji appeared in front of everyone as he spoke. Big brother Wuji, you came at the right time. Come and eat the roast meat. What about the present you're going to give me for my birthday? Give it to me first, lest you forget about it. Yin Chujio stretched out her claws and asked shamelessly. Shui Wuji took out a delicate jade hairpin from his storage ring. Little sister Jiao, I chose this from the Blood Demon Sect's treasury after a few days of contemplation. This is a high-grade spirit tool that can withstand a fatal blow from a 9th-level Spirit Emperor cultivator. Do you like it? Yin Chujio's eyes lit up. I like it. I really like it. Thank you, brother Wuji. Shui Wuji saw that Yin Chujio was very happy and could not help but glance at Di Baiming proudly. Little sister Jiao, I wonder what birthday present Di Baiming gave you? Compared to the jade hairpin that I gave you, which one do you like better? My Prince Charming hasn't given it to me yet. Yin Chujio pouted and said. Seriously, everyone has already given me their gift, but only the gigolo is being nonchalant about it. Was he not going to give her anything? Chapter 559. Peaceful times waiting for flowers to bloom. When Shui Wuji heard Yin Chujio's words, he immediately laughed out loud. Di Baiming, aren't you being a bit too stingy? You actually didn't give anything to little sister Jiao. Little sister Jiao, you can't have such a man. If he doesn't care about you now, wouldn't it be even worse for you if you get married in the future? Di Baiming looked at him indifferently and ignored him. Shui Wuji saw that Di Baiming did not say anything, and felt that Di Baiming was feeling guilty. Then he said, Di Baiming, you kept saying that you like little Jiao, but it turns out that you were just saying it. How hypocritical. Little sister Jiao, you must keep your eyes open. You can't have such a man. Yin Chujio pouted and looked at Di Baiming. Prince Charming, what kind of birthday present are you going to give me? Are you really not going to give me anything? Little sister Jiao, don't bother with him. If he's not going to give you anything, then so be it. Don't you still have me? I'll give you another gift. What do you like? Do you want something edible or something to use? As long as you want it, I'll give it to you. Shui Wuji was overjoyed. This was a great opportunity for him to show off. Di Baiming, this idiot, actually did not prepare a birthday present. Little Jiao. A deep voice sounded from outside the courtyard. Yin Chujio was stunned, and then ran outside the courtyard excitedly. Grandfather, why are you here? I miss you. Yin Xiaotian patted Yin Chujio's little head. Silly child, today is your 16th birthday. Grandfather is here to give you a birthday present. Sob sob. Grandfather, you being able to come is the best birthday present you can give me. Yin Chujio was so happy that she cried. To her, Yin Xiaotian was the elder she had been closest to for 2 lifetimes, and it was also the first time she had received familial affection from Yin Xiaotian. Therefore, when she saw Yin Xiaotian, she was extremely happy. The grandfather and granddaughter chatted for a while before Yin Chujio asked, Grandfather, how did you come in? Doesn't the Spirit Radiance sect disallow outsiders to enter? Yin Xiaotian smiled and said, It was young Master Di who went to Master Xianyuan and asked Infeng to escort me in. Yin Chujio was stunned, and then she looked at Di Baiming gratefully. Prince Charming, this is the best birthday present I've ever received. Di Baiming smiled faintly. As long as you're happy. Yin Chujio felt a sweetness in her heart, and she suddenly felt that the whole world had become a better place. She happily held Yin Xiaoroshan's arm and chatted with Yin Chuzi and the others. Shui Wuji thought sourly at the side, Humph, this expressionless Di Baiming really knows how to take advantage of the situation. He didn't waste much effort and didn't even spend a single spirit stone. Yet he could beat my gift. There's still a long way to go. I don't believe that I can't beat you. Yin Chujio's birthday was exceptionally happy because of Yin Xiaoroshan's presence. She was chattering like a little swallow as she shuttled through the crowd. The smile on her face was almost overflowing. Di Baiming just sat quietly at the side. As he watched Yin Chujio's happy figure shuttling through the crowd, the corners of his mouth curled up slightly. He silently swore in his heart, Little Jiao, I will make sure that you will always have such a carefree smile on your face. All the difficulties and dangers will be borne by me alone. While Yin Chujio was busy, she accidentally turned her head and saw Di Baiming's affectionate gaze. It was rare for her face to turn red. She moved closer to Di Baiming's side and twisted the corner of her clothes. She whispered shyly, "My Prince Charming, wait for me to grow up. Time spent waiting will be peaceful and flowers will bloom." Chapter 560. My heart is about to break. Di Baiming was stunned at first, then he was overwhelmed by joy. He really wanted to hold this little person in his arms and to be together all the time, never to be separated. "Little Jiu, I'll wait for you. No matter how long I have to wait, I will wait for you." Di Baiming's eyes were full of tenderness. There was only a delicate figure in his eyes, as if the other people and things did not exist anymore. Although Yin Chujio and Di Baiming's voices were very soft, Shui Wuji's spiritual power was superb. He still heard it. His heart was sore, and even his nose and eyes were sore. "Little Jiu, little sister. Why can't you see my good side? I'm obviously 1,000 times better than that facial paralysis guy. You actually made such a promise to him. You've really made me sad." Shui Wuji was not in the mood to stay any longer. He forced out a smile and said, "Little sister Jiu will go back first. I'll come and see you another day. Goodbye, brother Wuji. Come and play with me if you have time." Yin Chujia's little face was flushed red. She waved at Shui Wuji with a smile. Shui Wuji's heart felt incredibly sour. Little sister Jiu must have blushed because of Di Baiming. His heart was about to be broken. "Hua Hua, do you know what it feels like to have your heart broken? Your young master's heart is about to break," Shui Wuji said weakly. Shadow Agent Hua Hua was worried and angry at the same time. He thought to himself, "You deserve it. You asked for it. I told you that Di Baiming and Yin Chujio were in love, and you shouldn't get involved. In the end, your heart was broken and now you're crying. What good would it do?" "Hua Hua, I'm asking you a question. Are you mute?" Shadow Agent Hua Hua said respectfully. "Young master, people with broken hearts perish easily. Why don't you take a few pills first?" Shui Wuji was so angry that he almost choked and fainted. However, Huahua's words were not wrong, so he gritted his teeth. "Huahua, good. Very good. You're all bullying me. My heart is about to be broken. Little sister Jiu. Sob sob, little sister Jiu. Achoo. Achoo. Damn it. Who is talking bad about me?" Yin Chujio sneezed twice. "Little Jiu, did you catch a cold?" Yin Xiaotian asked worriedly. "Grandfather, don't worry. My body is fine. Some bastard must be talking bad about me behind my back. Grandfather, you can stay in the Spirit Radiance sect for a few more days. I will accompany you and take you around. I will go back tomorrow morning. I'm already very happy that Master Xianyuan allowed me to accompany you for your birthday. If you miss me, go back when you have time. I will get someone to cook delicious food for you." Yin Chujio inexplicably felt a little soreness in her nose. "Grandfather, I feel so happy. I have you, my brothers and sisters, and my Prince Charming. I really hope that it will always be like this." Yin Xiaotian patted her little head. "Silly child, nothing is forever. However, you must remember that happiness is in your own hands." If it was someone else who lectured her like this, Yin Chujio would definitely roll her eyes at them. However, when those words came out of Yin Xiaoroshan's mouth, she felt warmth. At night, everyone took their leave. Yin Xiaotian went to Yin Chu's courtyard. When the old man saw Di Baiming staying in Yin Chujia's courtyard, he felt a little apprehensive. Could it be that the two children had already started living together? Seeing that his grandfather was worried, Yin Chuzi told Yin Xiaotian about how the siblings had advised Yin Chujio before. Then he smiled and said, "Grandfather, don't worry. Little Jiu knows what she's doing. She won't go overboard." Yin Xiaotian nodded. The Yin family's future could be said to be bright. A few juniors had entered the Spirit Radiance sect, and they were all inner sect disciples, not to mention a true disciple like Little Jiu. However, there was a faint sense of unease in his heart for some reason. Yin Xiaotian secretly shook his head. He was already old, but he loved to let his imagination run wild. He must have been frightened last time. He must have thought too much. Chapter 561. Cloud Shadow Crescent Bracelet. After washing up, Yin Chujio sat cross-legged on the bed and fiddled with the birthday present she had received. She said happily, "I will make a small fortune once I celebrate my birthday. It would be great if I could do it 8 or 10 times a year." The corner of Di Baiming's eyes twitched. He took out a bracelet from his storage ring and handed it to Yin Chujio. "Keep this bracelet well." "Wow. It's beautiful. What kind of bracelet is this?" Yin Chujio took the bracelet and played with it. This bracelet was gentle in texture. The most peculiar thing was that there were threads of clouds and a crescent moon in it. "It's a cloud shadow crescent bracelet. My grandmother left it behind," Di Baiming said unnaturally. Yin Chujio blinked her eyes. Hee, did she leave it behind for her granddaughter-in-law? Isn't this usually given to her daughter-in-law by her mother-in-law? Why is it in your hands? My mother was not around when my grandmother passed away, so she gave the bracelet to me. Di Baiming was a little uncomfortable under Yin Chujio's starry eyes, so he put out the candle. Yin Chujio saw that Di Baiming was not willing to say more, so she tactfully did not ask any more questions. She put the bracelet on her wrist, then she said happily, "Sigh, I can't help it if I'm beautiful. Wearing this bracelet makes my skin look as white as jade. My skin is as smooth as cream, and my beauty heavenly." Di Baiming was a little sad when he thought of the past. However, after being interrupted by Yin Chujio, the corner of his eyes twitched and he immediately threw all those things to the back of his mind. "Oh right, Prince Charming, when is your birthday? I'll give you an unforgettable birthday present." Yin Chujio finished admiring the new bracelet and asked Di Baiming with a smile, "October 10th. October 10th, it's really easy to remember. There are still 3 months left. It's enough for me to prepare a birthday present for you. When the time comes, I will give you a big surprise." Di Baiming was about to speak when the voice transmission talisman in his storage ring started to vibrate. After Di Baiming sent his divine sense in, he could not help but sit up in surprise. "Little Jiao, my master has come out of seclusion. You are going to be saved." "That's great. Today is really a good day. So many good things have come together." "Little Jiao, I will rush back to the Tianyuan continent tomorrow and find my master and tell him about your situation in detail. Wait for my good news," Di Baiming said happily. In his opinion, there was no problem that his master could not solve. He must have a way to get rid of the strange grass in the black thing's dantian. Yin Chujio was also very happy. Who would be willing to have something in their dantian? Moreover, she was an ambitious person who wanted to get rid of the suspicious grass as soon as possible. The sooner she got rid of it, the better. The next day, Di Baiming returned to the Tianyuan continent. Yin Chujio counted on her fingers and waited for Di Baiming to return. Unexpectedly, 3 days later, Di Baiming sent her a voice transmission talisman. "Little Jiao, my master had some urgent matters and I was unable to meet him. Don't be anxious, wait for my news." Yin Chujio would be lying if she said that she wasn't disappointed. However, she had always been upbeat. After being disappointed for a short while, she became lively again. While she was bored, the ancient mine trial had begun. The ancient mine was an abandoned mine leftover from ancient times. There were all kinds of ore inside, but it would only open once every 10 years. For a month, the 4 great sects would send their disciples to the trial. Only people below the level of spiritual emperor could enter the ancient mine, and the demonic beasts inside were all above level 4. Therefore, the disciples sent to the ancient mine were usually spiritual cultivators. This was because, unlike the other trials, the ancient mine trial did not have jade tokens or other items. If they encountered any danger, they could only rely on themselves. Therefore, if the average disciple felt that their spiritual power level was not sufficient, they would not sign up. Yin Chujio felt that since she could not cultivate, it would be good to gain some actual combat experience. Hence, she adjusted her spiritual power level to the 8th level of spirit enhancement before hopping over to the mission office to sign up. Chapter 562. I want to register. Yin Chujio's appearance had caused a group of people to start gossiping. However, given Yin Chujio's valiant behavior, Everyone only dared to do it in a low voice. Heavens, Yin Chujiu rose from the 4th level to the 8th level of spirit enhancement all of a sudden. Isn't this too heaven-defying? Teach. Maybe it was from the overuse of medicinal pills. I heard that many high-level spirit herbs were missing in Elder Chi's spirit herb garden. Perhaps they were all used to refine pills for Yin Chujiu. Humph. Yin Chujiu was really lucky. She passed the 9th level of the Wuwei Tower with pure luck. The sect must value her. If she stayed at the 4th level of spirit enhancement, it wouldn't be good for their reputation. Therefore, they must have put in a lot of effort in her. That makes sense. But what did she come here for? Could it be that she wants to participate in the ancient mine trial? Impossible. The lowest level to go to the ancient mine is the 1st layer of the spirit cultivator realm. Why would she, who is only at the 8th layer of the spirit enhancement realm, join in the fun? Besides, the ancient mine is different from other trials. If she encounters any danger, she has to fend for herself. Unless she had a death wish, she should not sign up. Yin Chujiu hopped in front of the disciple who signed up and handed her name tag to the disciple. "I'll sign up." The disciple was stunned for a moment. "Yin Chujiu, are you going to sign up for the ancient mine trial?" Yin Chujiu nodded. "Yes, I'm doing it. Help me sign up." Boom. The crowd instantly exploded. Was Yin Chujiu crazy? She wants to participate in the ancient mine trial? Wasn't she walking to her death? The disciple's eyes flickered. "Junior Sister Yin, if you're sure, I'll help you sign up." That disciple was by Morris' admirer. Seeing that Yin Chujiu was walking to her doom and wanted to participate in the ancient mine trial, how could he dissuade her? He couldn't wait to register her and ask Bai Moru for credit. When Bai Moru heard that Yin Chujiu was going to participate in the ancient mine trial, he immediately passed the news to Su Yanran through an insider. After Su Yanran received the news and reported the matter to Du Gai, he threw his head back and laughed. Good. Good. I was just worried that I wouldn't have the chance to get rid of that wretched girl. She is rushing to her death. Yanran, during the ancient mine trial, the disciples sent by the Heaven's Gate will listen to your orders. Find an opportunity to kill that wretched girl. If you can kill Yin Chujiu, I will reward you handsomely when you return. Su Yanran nodded. Yin Chujiu, your time has come. This time, you won't be able to escape even if you had wings. When Master Xianyuan learned that Yin Chujiu had registered for the ancient mine trial, he was so angry that he went over to Yin Chujiu and scolded her. Nonsense. This is simply nonsense. Do you know how dangerous the ancient mine trial is? No jade tokens can be sent out. It has to wait for a month before it can be sent out. The lowest level of demonic beast in there is at least level 4. You are only at the 4th level of the spirit enhancement realm. You have advanced? Only then did Master Xianyuan realize that Yin Chujiu had already advanced to the 8th level of the spirit enhancement realm. He paused for a moment before continuing. Even the 8th level of the spirit enhancement realm is not enough. Not to mention those demonic beasts. Those people from the Heaven's Gate sect cannot be dealt with by you. That old thing Du Gai wants nothing more than to kill you. He will definitely make use of this opportunity to have his disciple kill you. You are not allowed to go. Yin Chujiu blinked her eyes. Master Xianyuan, the tip of a treasured sword comes from sharpening. The fragrance of plum blossoms comes from the bitter cold. How can one see the rainbow without experiencing wind and rain? No one can succeed so easily. I will end up always staying in the Linghua sect and working behind closed doors. That isn't good enough for me. Master Xianyuan was stunned by Yin Chujiu's words. This little girl. How did she come up with so many excuses? However, she sounded quite convincing. Chapter 563. Pretending to be a pig to eat a tiger. No matter how nicely you word it, it won't do. If you want to increase your combat experience, you can choose another mission. You are not allowed to go to the ancient mine. Master Xianyuan said firmly. Master Xianyuan, it's not like I'm going alone. Didn't senior brother Feng Ming and the others sign up as well? With them around, it will be fine. Just let me go. The ancient mine sounds awesome. There must be something good inside. Yin Chujia's eyes lit up as she said, "Humph. What do you mean by increasing your combat experience? I think you're just greedy. You're going after the Orin side. You've been in danger over and over again, scaring us old bones out of our wits. What if there's another accident this time?" Master Xianyuan rubbed his forehead. He felt his head ache. Anyone with such a mischievous family member would all live 10 years less. Then why can senior brother Feng Ming and the others go? Yin Chujio asked unwillingly. Feng Ming is at the 5th level of the spirit cultivator realm. Those who go to the ancient mine for the trial should be at least at the 1st level of the spirit cultivator realm. If you were at the 1st level of the spirit cultivator realm, I would not stop you. I would definitely let you go. Master Xianyuan could not continue because the spirit energy that Yin Chujio displayed at this moment was actually at the 2nd level of the spirit cultivator realm. Yu, what's going on? You are actually at the 2nd level? Master Xianyuan rubbed his eyes and asked in disbelief. Yes, that is how low-key am I. Although my cultivation speed is very fast, I still adhere to the principle that pride makes people lag behind and modesty makes people improve. I have always displayed my spiritual power at the 4th level. There aren't many people like me who are this low-key, Yin Chujio said smugly. The corner of Master Xuanyuan's eyes twitched. You're keeping a low profile? I'm afraid you're playing dirty. No wonder this fellow was able to pass the 9th level of the Wuwei Tower trial. It turned out that she was pretending to be a pig to eat a tiger. Master Xianyuan, I can go now, right? Don't worry with my smarts. Even if I meet people from the Heaven sect, I'm not afraid, not to mention senior brother Feng Ming and the others, said Yin Chujio as she adjusted her spiritual power level back to the 8th level of the spirit enhancement realm. She said with a smile. Master Xianyuan saw that Yin Chujio was determined to go, so he could only nod and agree. He especially brought Feng Ming, Gung Yi, and Shi Xian in front of him, and instructed them to ensure Yin Chujio's safety. Although Gung Yi and Shi Xian both nodded and agreed, they still had some doubts in their hearts. Was the master taking Yin Chujio too seriously? Could it be that junior sister Jiu had someone powerful behind her? Feng Ming was well aware that such a little devil naturally needed to be protected. Yin Chujio went to the General Affairs office to buy a few pickaxes for mining. She also went to the big kitchen to get a lot of chili noodles and pepper noodles. The stock from last time was all used up in the League of Assassins hideout, so she naturally needed to replenish it. Yin Chujio returned to the courtyard and shouted to a corner. "Enfeng, come out for a moment. I have something to tell you." Enfeng had already passed through the open road, so when he heard Yin Chujio calling out to him, he appeared and asked respectfully, "Miss Jiu, what are your orders?" "I'm going to the ancient mine to train in 3 days. Only people below the Spirit Emperor realm can enter there, so you definitely won't be able to enter. When the time comes, you can just wait for me outside." This, Miss Jiu, it said that the ancient mine training is very dangerous. In addition to the people from the heavenly sect, are you sure about this? Enfeng was about to cry. If something happened to this little devil, His Excellency would definitely collapse. I have to go. I have always been too successful. I have to have some challenges to stimulate my potential. Don't worry, I won't die. Even the heavenly thunder can't kill me, not to mention those scum from the heaven sect. Yin Chujio's eyes were filled with determination. Only through constant training will I become stronger. I, Yin Chujio, don't believe in heaven and earth. I only believe in myself. Chapter 564. The ancient Minun Feng had no choice but to nod his head and agree. After Yin Chujio entered the room, he quickly told Di Biming about this news. Di Biming felt that cultivation was full of dangers. Simply escaping was not a solution. It was not impossible for the black thing to gain some combat experience. Moreover, she still had a defensive spirit tool and a concealment talisman on her. Hence, he gave Yin Chujio a few instructions, but he did not stop her. 3 days later, Yin Chujio hopped onto the airship that was heading to the ancient mine. Yin Chujio looked around and found that most of the people inside were core disciples. Only a few of them were inner disciples, and their spiritual power was above that of a spirit cultivator. This time, Elder Xiao and Elder Chu were still leading the team to the ancient mine. Yin Chujiu thought of the lies she made up in front of Gold Face, and could not help but giggle. Wu Yinyu said to Zhuo Piaoyu in a low voice, "Senior Sister Zhuo, look at that bitch. She really overestimated herself. A level 8 spirit cultivator actually dared go to the ancient mine. She's really digging her own grave." A trace of viciousness flashed in Zhuo Piaoyu's eyes, but she said, "Don't talk nonsense. If you dare to say bad things about junior sister Yin in front of me in the future, we won't have any more interactions." Wu Yinyu didn't dare to offend Zhuo Piaoyu. She was embarrassed and didn't say anything, but she cursed in her heart. It sounded nice, but she hated her to death in her heart. What a hypocrite. No wonder that bitch Yin Chujiu said that she was a white lotus. If it wasn't for my father's request from the Zhuo family, I wouldn't have bothered with you. Yin Chujiu was still together with Feng Ming, Shi Xian and Gung Yi. They played cards, ate hot pot, and had a lot of fun. She wished that this journey would take as long as possible. It would be better to arrive at the ancient mine later. 3 days later, the airship arrived at its destination. After jumping off the airship, Yin Chujiu was extremely shocked. In front of her was a huge pit that stretched as far as the eye could see. Because of the enchantment, Yin Chujiu could only look inside from the edge. There seemed to be a different world inside the pit, because there was light coming out from inside. Could it be that this pit was just a passage? The airships of the other 3 sects arrived one after another. As expected, all of them were above the level of a spirit cultivator. Most of these people had seen Yin Chujiu during the trial of the Wuwei Tower. Although they were a little surprised that Yin Chujiu had suddenly risen from the 4th level to the 8th level, they were more disdainful and mocking. A spirit cultivator of the 8th level actually came to the ancient mine for the trial. Her head had been kicked by a spirit beast. Wasn't she courting death? A trace of viciousness appeared in Su Yanren's eyes. Yin Chujiu, you have a death wish. You don't have to be anxious. This ancient mine will be your grave. When the opening time of the ancient mine was over, the powerful enchantment instantly disappeared. Everyone scrambled to jump into the deep pit. Yin Chujiu squatted at the entrance of the pit and wondered, "Oh my God, aren't these people afraid of falling to their deaths?" The deep pit looked to be at least a few thousand feet high. After a while, Yin Chujiu discovered that the people who had jumped down had instantly disappeared without a trace. It seemed that there was a teleportation array here. Feng Ming saw that Yin Chujiu was still not jumping down, so he asked, "Junior sister Little Jiu, are you regretting your decision? If you don't want to go down, follow Elder Chu and the others and wait for us to come back here." "Hee, since we're already here, why would we be afraid? I was thinking that if we jumped down, we would be transported to different places. Let's hold hands and jump down together. This way, we can be transported to the same place," Yin Chujiu said with a smile. Feng Ming and the other 2 nodded, so the 4 of them held hands and formed a circle, then jumped into the deep pit. Chapter 565. I'm not tired at all. Just as Yin Chujiu felt the wind blowing past her ears, a white light flashed, and the 4 of them were transported to an extremely desolate place. The ground was filled with small rocks. Yin Chujiu picked one up and looked at it. Pooh! They were all worthless limestone rocks. Where were the rare ores that she was promised? Senior brother Feng Ming, didn't you say that this ancient mine was filled with gemstones? This place is bare. Where are we going to dig for gemstones? Yin Chujiu pouted and asked. Feng Ming scratched his head and said, "Junior sister Jiu, I heard from my senior brother who came here before that the places where they were teleported to are basically beside the mine. They could use the pickaxe to dig for gemstones. However, there seems to be something wrong with our situation." Gung Yi picked up the pickaxe and threw it to the ground a few times. He said dejectedly, "There is a layer of limestone below. It is impossible for there to be gemstones. Let's go to another place." After everyone nodded their heads in agreement, they originally wanted to ride their swords and leave. They called out their flying swords and realized that this place was a no-fly zone. They could only laugh bitterly as they walked towards the east. As for why they chose the east side, it was because they could vaguely see a tall mountain on the east side. Everyone felt that it must be a mine. With the attraction of the mine, everyone felt that they could accept the fact that it was a little more tiring to travel. Feng Ming and the others usually rode their swords and flew, but this was the first time they had traveled such a long distance. Although they were blessed with spiritual power, they were still exhausted and sweating profusely. On the other hand, Yin Chujio was jumping around and kicking stones when she had nothing to do. She was extremely relaxed. Junior sister little Jio, aren't you tired? Gung Yi asked curiously. Not bad. Are you very tired? Your spiritual power is higher than mine, and you're still boys. Will your physical strength be better than mine? Yin Chujio tilted her small head and asked in puzzlement. When Gung Yi and the other two heard Yin Chujio's question, they immediately straightened their backs and squeezed out a smile. Not tired. Not tired. How can we not have better physical strength than you? I was just worried about you. Yin Chujio nodded. Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm not tired at all. Let's speed up. Shining gold ores are waiting for us in front of us. Feng Ming and the other two looked at the lively Yin Chujio and cursed in their hearts. It seemed that little sister Jio's daily running around the entire Linghua sect was had an effect. At the very least, her physical strength was astonishing. The three of them felt that if they let Yin Chujio beat them, they would lose face, so they gritted their teeth and persevered. When the moon rose, the four of them finally reached the foot of the mountain. Feng Ming and the other two could no longer care about their reputations. They sat on the ground and panted heavily. Yin Chujio, on the other hand, energetically picked up the pickaxe and dug into a rock. Fuck. It's refined iron ore. It's the least valuable. We've come so far for nothing. Yin Chujio picked up a piece of ore and said with disdain. Junior sister little Jio, although refined iron ore is not valuable, it's better than nothing. Let's rest for a while and dig after dinner. Feng Ming said weakly. That's right, little ninth junior sister. Although the refined iron ore isn't worth much, there might be some accompanying ores. If we can dig up something like the Misty Mine, we'll be rich. Shixian echoed from the side. Yin Chujio nodded. Seeing that the three of them were very tired, she took out a basin of steamed buns from her storage ring. Eat, it's still warm. After you finish eating, rest for the night. It's not too late to dig in the morning. Anyway, it's not worth much, so nobody will be snatching it from us. Chapter 566 is just the tip of the iceberg of my intelligence. When Feng Ming and the other two heard Yin Chujio's words, they were extremely happy. If they weren't afraid that Yin Chujio would laugh at them, they wouldn't have said anything about digging after dinner. They were simply exhausted and falling apart. While the three of them were eating, Yin Chujio found a place to shelter from the wind. She brought out some wood from her storage ring and lit a bonfire. Senior brothers, let's eat here. It can shelter us from the wind and keep us warm. Yin Chujio waved her hand at the three of them. Junior sister little Jio, you even prepared firewood? You are really thoughtful. Feng Ming praised. The temperature was dropping rapidly. If it weren't for junior sister little Jio, we would have to circulate our spiritual power to maintain our body temperature. What's the big deal? I even buried some spirit potatoes under the bonfire. In a while, let's move the bonfire away so we can eat the roasted spirit potatoes. Yin Chujio hadn't learned anything much in her previous life, but she had learned these survival skills quite well. Sure enough, after a while, Yin Chujio moved the bonfire, and then took out a few roasted spirit potatoes from underneath the bonfire. The burnt fragrance permeated the air, especially in such cold weather. Eating a piece of it warmed her heart. Yin Chujio moved the bonfire to a different place every once in a while. Feng Ming and the other two asked in puzzlement. Junior sister little Jio, this bonfire is burning well. Why do you keep moving it? Yin Chujio smiled slyly. The bonfire is burning hot down here. It's just right to sleep on it. It's so warm. The three of you take turns to be on night duty. You can even get a break like this. I'm going to sleep first. Feng Ming and the other two wanted to praise Yin Chujio for her resourcefulness, but they swallowed their words. Well, they didn't plan to let Yin Chujio watch the night. After all, she was the youngest and a girl. But don't you know how to be a little tactful and let them show their grace as seniors? It's really warm when you lie on it. Junior sister little Jiao is really smart. Xian couldn't help but praise her. It was rare to sleep so warmly in the wilderness. Just average. This is just the tip of the iceberg of my intelligence. You will find out how much smarter I am in the future, Yin Chujiu said shamelessly. Xian, Feng Ming and Yin Chujiu had known each other for the longest time. They had long been used to her shameless spirit. They smiled and said, "You two will get used to it. Junior sister little Jiao can't breathe if she doesn't praise herself a little every day." Yin Chujiu pouted and said, "Senior brother Feng Ming, is that called self-praise? I'm stating the facts, okay? I'm just that smart. There's nothing I can do about it. Say, if you didn't have my intelligence, would you be able to eat the hot roasted spirit potato? Could you sleep so warmly?" Feng Ming couldn't help but laugh. Good. Junior sister little Jiao is the smartest. Junior sister little Jiao is from the Linghua sect. No, she's the smartest person in the Qingxian continent. That's enough praise, right? Yin Chujiu then said with a smile. That's more like it. Let's go to bed. See you tomorrow. Feng Ming and the other two shook their heads. Junior sister little Jiao was indeed young. She still had a child's character. They did not know if she would be able to keep going for the next few days. The night passed exceptionally peacefully. There were no enemies or demonic beasts. Everyone rested well, and their physical strength had also recovered. The next day after breakfast, the four of them began to dig. Yin Chujiu dug for half a day, and only managed to find a little iron concentrate. She did not see a hint of any so-called valuable ores. She was extremely regretful at this moment. She was really stupid. She should have brought the fire essence beasts. They could just eat and dig out a lot of ore, right? What a miscalculation. Chapter 567. Stone-eating rats. The four of them had been digging for a whole day. Although they had dug up some concentrated iron ores, they did not see any more valuable ones. They were a little discouraged. Concentrated iron ore was already easily found outside, so it was not worth wasting time on this. Yin Chujiu threw the pickaxe on the ground. Senior brother Feng Ming, is there no way to quickly determine whether there is anything more valuable? Feng Ming wiped the sweat from his forehead. Unless there is a stone-eating rat. However, stone-eating rats are ancient demonic beasts. It is said to be extinct. It feeds on all kinds of ores, and can determine the type of ores in a mine by its sense of smell. Yin Chujiu's eyes lit up. This stone-eating rat sounds like a helpful thing. This is an ancient mine. There might really be stone-eating rats alive here. It would be great if we could catch 8 or 10 of them. The corners of Feng Ming and the other two's eyes twitched. You must be out of your mind. 10 or 8 of them. Did you think that these stone-eating rats are everywhere? If we could catch even one, it would be enough to cause a stir in the Qingxian continent, right? If one found stone-eating rats, it would be like owning a treasure trove. As long as the stone-eating rats found a place that contained precious ores, the owner would be waiting to count the potential money. Junior sister Jiao, don't dream about it. Don't mention 10 or 8. Even one stone-eating rat is hard to come by. This ancient mine had existed for tens of thousands of years. People who come to the mine for training have never encountered any. The stone-eating rat must have been extinct for years, Gang Yi said. Well, let's not talk about the stone-eating rat first. We have been digging for a whole day, but we haven't found anything more than iron. Should we change places tomorrow? Yin Chujiu asked Feng Ming and the other two. The three of them also felt that the possibility of finding precious ore here was not high. They all agreed to leave tomorrow in search of a new mine. At night, Feng Ming and the other two were still on duty. At midnight, Gang Yi, who was in charge of night duty, found several blue lights in the distance. Gang Yi was stunned at first, then he was so scared that he quickly woke up Feng Ming and the other two. Wake up! Wake up! There are mine wolves are coming. Oh my god! There are 20 to 30 of them, right? Mine wolves are rank 5 demonic beasts. If there were around only 10 of them, we could still fight them. But there are so many of them, we can't beat them at all. What should we do? Let's run. Xian said in a low voice. Feng Ming disagreed and said, Run? Where should we run? We can't ride our swords here. How can we outrun these crazy wolves? Why don't we climb up the mine? Xian wanted to slap himself after saying that. Mine wolves were different from other demon wolves. They were better at climbing. If they chose to climb up the mine, it would only speed up their inevitable demise. We can't win this fight, and we can't run either. What should we do? Xian asked anxiously when he saw the wolf pack getting closer and closer. We can only fight them head-on. Junior sister Little Jiu, when the wolf pack pounces on us later, we will hold them back. You should run quickly. Feng Ming saw that Yin Chujiu hadn't said anything and was paralyzed with fear, so he quickly instructed her. There are a total of 24 mine wolves. Senior brother Feng Ming is at the 5th layer of the spirit cultivator realm. You deal with 6. Gung Yi and senior brother Xian, you are at the 4th layer of the spirit cultivator realm. The 3 of you deal with 4 each. I will deal with the remaining 10. I will help you after killing them. Yin Chujiu said faintly. Feng Ming was so angry that he was amused. Junior sister Little Jiu, do you realize the situation we're in? Do you still have the mood to joke? Quickly activate the defensive spirit tools on your body. When we take action in a while, run immediately. Run as fast as you can, do you hear me? Chapter 568. Little Jiu's thunderbolt. Feng Ming saw that Yin Chujiu kept silent. He was so anxious that his face was red and shouted, Junior sister Little Jiu, this is not the time to be stubborn. I have promised the sect master that I must guarantee your safety. Gung Yi and Xian also said anxiously, Yes, junior sister Little Jiu, this is not a joke. These mine wolves are extremely ferocious. While we will hold them off, you have to run quickly. Yin Chujiu sighed. Do you think I am that weak? I am a 2nd level spirit cultivator, not an 8th level spirit enhancement practitioner. It was just to confuse others. Yin Chujiu adjusted her spiritual power level to the level of a 2nd level spirit cultivator. Then, she saw the dumbstruck faces of Feng Ming and the other 2. Damn it, you really are a 2nd level spirit cultivator. Why didn't you say so earlier? You made us worry for you in vain. Junior sister Little Jiu, although you are at the 2nd level of the spirit cultivator realm, you can only deal with 2 mine wolves at most. How about I deal with 8 mine wolves, and Gung Yi and the others will deal with 7 mine wolves each. You can deal with 2 mine wolves. If you can't beat them, you will run immediately. Do you hear me? Feng Ming said seriously. Yin Chujiu could only nod her head. She thought to herself that it was better to let the facts speak for themselves. By the way, this would be the first time she used her thunder spirit power in front of them. What pose would she use to appear cool and attractive later? Feng Ming and the other 2 saw Yin Chujiu mumbling in a low voice and thought that she was nervous, so they comforted her one after another. Junior sister Little Jiu, although a mine wolf is equivalent to a 2nd level spirit cultivator, the demonic beasts are not that intelligent. In addition, we have a spirit tool on us, so we might have a chance of winning. You don't have to be too nervous. That's right, junior sister Little Jiu, you might not have encountered such a situation before. You'll get used to it. We've all been in these situations before. Although it's dangerous this time, it's not hopeless. We'll definitely be able to turn the situation around. Don't be afraid. Yes, junior sister Little Jiu. If you're really afraid, you can deal with 1 wolf in the meantime. Leave the other 1 to me. In any case, 1 more or 1 less is no big deal. Although Feng Ming and the other 2 were very nervous, they all put on a relaxed look to comfort Yin Chujiu. Yin Chujiu inexplicably felt a little sour in her nose and said with a smile, I'm not afraid. I'll show you how powerful I am. Feng Ming and the other 2 shook their heads in their hearts. Junior sister Jiu was too blindly confident. No matter how powerful a 2nd level spirit cultivator was, how powerful could she possibly be? Would she still be as powerful as them? When the fight starts, no matter what, they had to protect her first and not let her get hurt. At this time, the mine wolf pack had already arrived in front of them. The leader was a slightly larger wolf king, and its blue eyes revealed a greedy light. The wolf king cried out a few times, and the pack of wolves rushed towards the four of them. Feng Ming and the other two formed a triangle, protecting Yun Chujiu in the middle, and blocked the mine wolves that pounced over toward her. Yun Chujiu originally wanted to make a move immediately, but seeing the posture of Feng Ming and the other two, she thought about it and decided to observe the situation first. It was a good opportunity to test the strength of the three of them. In the beginning, Feng Ming and the other two were full of spiritual energy and could cope with it. As time passed, they gradually began to falter. Feng Ming shouted, "Junior sister little Jiu, we will block the wolves in a while, you have to quickly run." "Run? I am not here to practice running. Look at my little Jiu's thunderbolt." Yun Chujiu shouted and purple lightning struck the mine wolves in front of her. Chapter 569. Why are you pinching my thigh? The thunderbolt struck the mine wolf's body, and immediately, a miserable scream rang out. Demonic beasts instinctively feared the purple lightning, and the mine wolves were so frightened that they retreated one after another, hiding behind the Wolf King. Whether it was the mine wolf or Feng Ming, they were all scared silly. What was going on? Were there thunderclouds in the sky? No, it seemed that these bolts of lightning were sent out by junior sister Jiu. However, weren't cultivators usually armed with fireballs, wind blades, water arrows, poison vines, and earth shields? How could there be those that used lightning strikes? Feng Ming pinched his thigh hard, and sure enough, it didn't hurt. How could junior sister Jiu be so strong? It was simply too unbelievable, wasn't it? "Feng Ming, why are you pinching my thigh? You pervert!" Shi Xian roared angrily. Feng Ming shirked, then pointed at Yun Chujiu and said, Is this real? Does junior sister Jiu have a thunder spirit root? She's using the purple heavenly lightning. Could it be that she has a heavenly thunder root spirit?" Yun Chujiu nodded with a smile. "I've already said that I'm very powerful. Do you believe me this time?" Feng Ming and the other two nodded in a daze. The three of them almost recalled at the same time that the back of the middle peak was always struck by lightning. Could it be that it was the heavenly lightning that struck junior sister Jiu? Oh my God! They remembered that there were several times when the heavenly lightning bolts lasted for several hours, but junior sister little Jiu was not struck to death. Wasn't this too unbelievable? Although the Wolf King was afraid of Yin Chujia's purple heavenly lightning bolts, its greed still overcame its fear. It cried out twice, and the mine wolves pounced again. "Junior sister Xiaojiu, although the heavenly lightning spirit root is powerful, your spiritual power is the lowest. You need to deal with a few less." Feng Ming swallowed his words because he felt that these words were a slap to his face. He saw Yun Chujiu hacking away without pause. Moreover, she was using both her left and right hands. Oh God, someone tell me what's happening. Why did junior sister little Jiu not need to form a seal to continuously blast away with her heavenly lightning? Those mine wolves were unlucky. They had never encountered such a monster. Although they had occasionally encountered one or two thunder spirit roots, the lightning they unleashed was only silver in color. Furthermore, they had to pause for a while before they could unleash a second strike. What the hell was this little monster doing with her left and right hands continuously? Although the Wolf King was greedy, it saw that the situation was not looking good. So it howled a few times unwillingly, and escaped with the remaining dozen or so mine wolves. Yun Chujiu followed the principle of not wasting the bodies of the mine wolves on the ground, and put them into her storage ring. Then she yawned and said, "Damn, I'm so sleepy. You guys should take turns to be on guard. I'm going to sleep." Feng Ming and the other two were very curious at this time, but they couldn't let the little girl sleep, right? The three of them were so excited that they almost didn't sleep the whole night. Early the next morning, they surrounded Yun Chujiu. "Junior sister little Jiu, are you really a heavenly lightning spirit root? Junior sister little Jiu, you are really awesome. How can you use heavenly lightning without forming a seal? Oh right, was it you being repeatedly struck by lightning back at Middle Peak? Junior sister little Jiu, you actually withstood those lightning strikes for more than 10 hours? How did you do it? Junior sister little Jiu, how do you usually cultivate? The lightning element seems to be very rare among cultivators, right?" Feng Ming suddenly laughed. Ah, junior sister little Gio. No wonder sometimes you have to tie a handkerchief on your head. It turns out that your hair was struck by lightning. It must have burnt all your hair off. Ha ha ha. Yin Chujio. Chapter 570. The boat of friendship has completely capsized. Yin Chujio was so angry that she gritted her teeth. Senior brother bird boy. Get lost. Our friendship is over. The boat of friendship has completely capsized. We'll never see each other again. Senior brother bird boy? Shi Xian and Gung Yi were stunned at first. Then they laughed so hard that tears were about to come out. Junior sister Gio, you're too talented. Bird boy. Ha ha ha. Doesn't Feng Ming mean phoenix song? Feng Ming, I didn't expect your name to mean this. Feng Ming, well, just call you bird boy from now on. Ha ha ha. Damn, this is so funny. Feng Ming felt that if he could go back in time, he would not reveal that Yin Chujia's hair was struck bald. Offending this little gremlin was simply asking for trouble. Seeing Feng Ming's face full of despair, Yin Chujio felt a little better. Being struck bald by lightning was a dark moment in her history. Whoever dared to mention it in the future, she would definitely kill them. Feng Ming laughed dryly. Junior sister little Gio, senior brother was agitated for a moment. Cough cough, I said the wrong thing. This. Senior brother bird boy, stop calling that, alright? Otherwise, my painstakingly created image of being a virtuous person will be completely ruined. Yin Chujio curled her lips. Why were the people around her so narcissistic? The pretty boy, Black Chicken Head, and senior brother bird were all shameless people. Why couldn't they keep a low profile like her? Junior sister Xiaojio, don't bother with bird boy. Answer our questions quickly. Why can you release lightning without forming a seal? Shi Xian looked curious. Yin Chujio shrugged her shoulders and spread her hands. I don't know either. Maybe it's because of the heavenly lightning spirit root. Junior sister little Gio, those 6 hours of lightning strikes at the back of the middle peak. Did they hit you? How did you withstand it? Yes, heaven didn't like me, so he wanted to kill me. Unfortunately, I'm still alive and kicking after being struck by lightning. Isn't that annoying? Hee hee. Yin Chujio giggled as she spoke. Originally, Feng Ming and the other two felt a sense of distance from Yin Chujio when they saw that her talent was so heaven-defying. However, when they heard Yin Chujio's shameless words, they immediately felt that no matter how heaven-defying her talent was, she was just a little girl who jumped around. Thus, that sense of distance dissipated. Yin Chujio picked and chose to answer their questions. Then she secretly adjusted her spiritual power back to the 8th level of spirit enhancement. The corners of Feng Ming and the other two's eyes twitched. This girl was really cruel. She was a classic case of someone pretending to be a pig to eat a tiger. Anyone who provoked her blindly was simply asking for trouble. The four of them discussed for a while. The probability of them being able to dig out rare ores was too low, so they decided to bypass this mine to find another one. Fuck. The quality of the ore here isn't that good, but the mine is really big. We've already walked for almost a day, and we still haven't seen the end. Yin Chujio complained. Feng Ming and the other two didn't have the energy to complain anymore. This junior sister little Gio seemed to not know fatigue, and had been skipping around in front of them. They were too embarrassed to say that they were tired, so they could only endure the pain. Their bodies were about to fall apart. As expected, a heavenly spirit root wasn't something that ordinary people like us could compare to. It's not a good idea to go on like this. Oh, climb to the top of the mountain to take a look. If it's possible, let's climb over. Yin Chujio sought the opinions of Feng Ming and the other two. Little sister Gio, the surface of this mine is too smooth. I'm afraid it's not that easy to climb. Feng Ming said with some worry. It's okay. I have a secret weapon. You guys just wait and see. Yin Chujio said slyly. Chapter 571. I have a secret weapon. Secret weapon? What the hell was the secret weapon? Feng Ming and the other two stared at Yin Chujio with their eyes wide open. They saw her take out a few silver threads from her storage ring and stuck them on her feet, knees, elbows, and hands. Then, Yin Chuzhou climbed to the top of the mine like a poisonous gecko. Yin Chuzhou stood at the top of the mine and looked around. The mountain range of the mine was winding and extended into the distance. She could not see the end at all. Fortunately, she climbed up and looked around. Otherwise, she might not be able to get out even after 10 days, or maybe half a month. Yin Chuzhou looked straight ahead again. There were various mountainous peaks in front of her, so there should be many mines. Damn. The place where they were teleported to was separated from the other mines. Yin Chuzhou inexplicably thought of the Great Void Mirror and the Wuwei Tower's trial. Damn it. Could it be that the ancient mine also had a weapon spirit? Could it be that they were messing with her again? Yin Chuzhou told Feng Ming and the others what she saw and then shouted, "I'll throw the secret weapon down for you. Just climb up like how I did." After saying that, Yin Chuzhou stuck the white silk threads onto a few rocks and slid them down. In fact, these white silk threads were the sticky silk nets that were damaged by the leader of the League of Assassins. After Furry retrieved it, it was ready to be rewoven into the sticky web. Yin Chuzhou had an idea just now. Although the sticky silk threads were very sticky, if there was only a small amount, people could still move, and they could be used as climbing tools. Feng Ming and the other two followed what Yin Chuzhou did, and soon were also climbing up. Junior sister Little Jiao, is this some kind of demonic beast sticky silk? You're really too smart. But, you actually kept this thing? Feng Ming asked curiously. What's the big deal? As long as the conditions permit, I'll keep any demonic beast I kill, even if it's the lowest grade windblade rabbit. Just being able to sell it for a spirit stone is also a benefit, Yin Chuzhou said very naturally. Feng Ming and the other two looked at each other. They had a new understanding of Yin Chuzhou's degree of greed. This girl was really unscrupulous. She would not let anything go. After the four climbed down from the top of the mine, they saw that the sky was gradually getting dark. They decided to stay at the foot of the mountain for a night and continue their journey tomorrow. Junior sister Little Jiao, can you lend us this thread first? I reckon we would have to climb more mines in the future. I will return it to you after we leave this place. Feng Ming felt that the thread was really too useful and simply a necessary weapon when climbing. Didi, why are you asking to lend it? I'll give it to you. Am I such a stingy person? Yin Chuzhou said heroically. The ball of yarn was so angry that it was jumping up and down in its consciousness. Master, those sticky threads belong to me. They belong to me. You're not allowed to give them away. Yin Chuzhou quickly smoothed her hair. Furry, this is called casting a long line to catch a big fish. You have to have a long-term vision when doing things. Perhaps Senior Brother Bird and the others will bring back all the demonic beasts that can spit out threads for you in the future. They always go out for training. There are plenty of opportunities like this. Feng Ming and the other two did not expect Yin Chuzhou to be so generous. They could not believe it for a moment. Feng Ming asked tentatively, Junior sister Little Jiao, when you say give, you don't mean sell, right? Yin Chuzhou glared at him. I don't want money. It's a free gift. Do you understand? In the future, when you go out for training, bring back all the demon beasts that spit silk for me as a form of repayment. When Feng Ming and the other two heard Yin Chuzhou's words, they finally believed her. They put away the silk with smiles and started building a bonfire. In the middle of the night, Gang Yi, who was in charge of keeping watch, woke everyone up. Get up, guys. Listen to that. Chapter 572. The tailless burrowing rat. Yin Chuzhou rubbed her eyes and heard a sharp demon beast's cry from afar. It sounded like a mouse's cry. The girl's eyes immediately lit up. Stone-eating rats? It must be a stone-eating rat. Ha ha ha, I'm rich. Feng Ming immediately poured a bucket of cold water on her heart. What stone-eating rat? This is the cry of the tailless burrowing rat. Although they are the descendants of the stone-eating rats, their treasure-hunting ability has deteriorated and disappeared. They are only Tier 3 demon beasts. Yin Chuzhou curled her lips in disappointment, and then yawned. So they're just parallel imports. In that case, I'll go back to sleep. Call me if there's anything. Parallel imports? Although Feng Ming and the other two had never heard of the term parallel import, They understood what Yin Chujiu meant after a while. Feng Ming said, "Junior sister Jiu, don't sleep yet. Listen to this cry. There must be a lot of tailless burrowing rats. Moreover, this cry is so sharp and urgent. Could it be that there are other demon beasts attacking them? Maybe they will come to our side." Yin Chujiu blinked her eyes and said, "Tailless burrowing rats will dig holes and hide once they hear odd sounds. If they are being attacked, wouldn't they go underground? Why would they be making noises instead? Don't tell me they've gone mental?" Feng Ming touched his nose. Junior sister Jiu's words seemed to make sense. If they had encountered a strong enemy, they should have gone underground to hide. Why were they making so much noise? It was really strange. However, their strangeness did not last long. The tailless burrowing rat's cries were getting closer and closer. It was obvious that it was running toward them. Yin Chujiu rolled her eyes. "Senior brothers, let's climb to the top of the mine. We can see the situation below with the help of the moonlight. If it isn't good, we can still run away." Feng Ming and the other two nodded. At that moment, the three of them felt that rather than saying they were taking care of Yin Chujiu, it was more accurate to say that Yin Chujiu was taking care of them. It was really embarrassing. Not long after the three of them climbed to the top of the mine, they saw a large group of tailless burrowing rat running from afar. Their silver fur shimmered under the moonlight, and the large group made it look like a wave. Strange, there aren't any demon beasts chasing after them. Why are they running? Gung Yi said, puzzled. Feng Ming frowned slightly. They don't look like they're being chased, but rather chasing something. Huh. Look. There's another tailless burrowing rat in front of them, but its fur is black. Everyone followed Feng Ming's finger and looked in the direction. Sure enough, there was a black tailless burrowing rat running desperately in front of them, but its fur color was too close to the color of the gravel on the ground, so they did not notice it at the beginning. Squeak squeak. Squeak squeak. The group of rats let out a sharp cry. The black rat realized that there was a mine in front of it. It wanted to turn around and escape, but it was blocked by several other rats. The group displayed their sharp teeth and approached the black rat. Their sharp teeth reflected a cold light under the moonlight, which was particularly horrifying. The black rat let out a few helpless growls. Finally, it stomped on the ground with its hind legs and leaped up the stone wall with all its strength. It was prepared to climb up, but its claws were unable to climb up the smooth stone wall. After climbing a few feet, it slid and fell to the ground. The rats let out a sharp cry as if they were mocking its futile struggle. A few larger silver rats were prepared to pounce on it and bite it to death. At that moment, purple lightning struck down from the mountaintop. Chapter 573. Little Black Rat who shared the same fate. The tailless burrowing rats were originally quite timid. When they saw the purple lightning striking down, they did not even bother to figure out what was going on. They thought that it was the heavenly lightning that had descended from the sky, and immediately fled in all directions. Not long after, they disappeared without a trace. Junior sister Little Jiu, why are you helping that black rat? Feng Ming asked in confusion. It was better to avoid unnecessary trouble in the ancient mine. Although the tailless burrowing rats were relatively weak, there were hundreds of them in this group. Offending them would not be a wise move. Yin Chujiu snorted coldly. Humph. Why are those tailless burrowing rats chasing after this little black mouse? It's because its fur color is black and is different from theirs. I can't stand this kind of discrimination against the color of others' skin. So what if it's black? I think black is low-key luxurious and classy. After Yin Chujiu finished speaking, she slowly climbed down the mountain. Feng Ming saw the dumbfounded faces of Gung Yi and Shi Xian. Feng Ming winked at the two of them and said in a low voice, when junior sister Little Jiu first came to Spirit Radiance sect, she was really dark too. I guess she felt pity for this little black rat, because she thought it was like her. Only then did it click for Gung Yi and Shi Xian. They followed Feng Ming and climbed down the mountain. Seeing the four of them climb down, the black tailless burrowing rat turned around and ran far away. This little heartless thing. If I've helped you, can you at least bow to me before leaving? Yin Chujiu muttered and then went to her sleeping spot. Yes, she fell asleep. Feng Ming and the other two looked at each other. How could she fall asleep just like that? Junior sister Jiu was really ambitious. Was she not afraid that the rats would come back for revenge? Reality proved that the three of them were thinking too much. Those burrowing rats were almost scared to death. How could they dare to come back for revenge? Moreover, they were only Tier 3 demonic beasts. Their intelligence was very low and they had not learned how to distinguish certain things. They would never have thought that humans could actually use purple heavenly lightning. The next morning, the four of them had a simple breakfast and discussed their next step. After some discussion, the four of them decided to head south since it looked like a mountain range, which meant there would be a lot of mines. After walking for about half a day, they saw a few people digging in the distance. Those people also noticed Yun Chujio and the others. One of the women waved at Feng Ming and the others. Senior brother Feng Ming, this is the red gold mine. Come over quickly. The four people looked over and saw that the person who spoke was Wu Yanyu. Beside her were Zhuo Piaoyu, Ding Lang, and 3 other male disciples from the West Peak. Senior brothers, don't bring my matters up to avoid any complications, Yun Chujio said to the 3 people in a low voice. Feng Ming and the other 2 nodded. They all understood. After all, the heavenly thunder root spirit was truly unbelievable. It was always better to keep it a low profile. Senior brother Feng Ming, are you guys coming from the north? Are there any valuable ores over there? Although Wu Yanyu was speaking to Feng Ming, her eyes glanced at Shixian who was at his side. Shixian felt goosebumps all over as she looked at him. He hurriedly turned to face the side. There were only worthless iron or concentrates over there. You guys are quite lucky, Feng Ming said with a smile. Wu Yanyu saw that Zhuo Piaoyu kept winking at her and said with a smile, Senior brother Feng Ming, we're all disciples of the same sect. There's no such thing as you and me. Anyway, it's such a big mine. You guys can mine here with us. Feng Ming nodded. Thank you very much. Junior sister little Jiu, let's pick a spot and start digging. Wait. Senior brother Feng Ming, the 3 of you can stay, but Yun Chujio can forget about it. Her spiritual power is so low. If she encounters an attack by demonic beasts, we have to send someone to protect her. Since she has the guts to come to the trial, then she should go find the mineral vein by herself. Chapter 574. Am giving the steamed bun fortune-telling. Feng Ming frowned. Junior sister Wu, since that's the case, then we'll leave with junior sister little Jiu. You guys continue digging. After saying that, Feng Ming prepared to leave with Yun Chujio and the other 2. Zhuo Piaoyu glared at Wu Yanyu and she said gently, Senior brother Feng Ming, junior sister Wu is joking. Although junior sister Yun's spiritual power is slightly weaker, she's still a junior from the same sect. How could we dislike her? You guys can all stay. The quality of the red gold mine here is pretty good. Although Wu Yanyu was extremely angry in her heart, she said with a smile on her face, That's right. I'm joking. All of you can stay. Feng Ming saw that the rest of them did not raise any objections, so he said with a smile, Then thank you very much. Feng Ming brought Yun Chujio and the other 2 to an area a few feet away from Zhuo Piaoyu and the others. They chose a spot and started digging. The amount of red gold or there was a plenty. They found red gold or after just barely digging a couple times. Yun Chujio cursed in her heart. Fuck, this was the correct way to play in this ancient mine. They must have been tricked previously. Zhuo Piaoyu saw Feng Ming and Yun Chujio chatting and laughing while digging. Her heart was filled with jealousy and she wished she could kill Yun Chujio with a hoe. It was all because of this bitch. Not only did she snatch senior brother Feng Ming away, but she also made her master treat her more and more coldly. Sooner or later, she would kill her. Zhuo Piaoyu was absent-minded and was hit on the back of her hand by a flying stone debris. Immediately, blood flowed out. Ding Lang, who was beside Zhuo Piaoyu, had a glint in his eyes, and he said to Zhuo Piaoyu, Junior sister Zhuo, your hand is bleeding. Come with me to the side. I will help you apply some medicine and bandage it. Zhuo Piaoyu nodded and followed Ding Lang to the side. Junior sister Zhuo, do you wish for Yun Chujio to die? Ding Lang said in a low voice. Zhuo Piaoyu was shocked. Just as she was about to deny it, Ding Lang continued. I also wish for her to die. Such a person should never have appeared in the Spirit Radiance sect. She has taken everything that should have belonged to us. Zhuo Piaoyu was stunned. Senior brother Ding, what do you mean? Junior sister Zhuo, let's not beat around the bush. This is our best chance. I have the poisonous red pill here. I just need to find an opportunity for her to eat it, and she will die from the poison. Besides, no one else understands pharmacology except for me. I will say that Yin Chujio was bitten by a poisonous ant and died from the poison. Then we will think of a way to get rid of her body. At that time, even if the sect investigates, it will not be our fault. A trace of viciousness flashed in Ding Lang's eyes. Zhuo Piaoyu did not hesitate and immediately said, Good. This bitch is so greedy. During dinner, I will think of a way to sneak the poisonous red pill into her food. Give me the pill. Ding Lang nodded and took out a poisonous red pill from his storage ring and handed it to Zhuo Piaoyu. This pill's medicinal properties are very strong. As long as she eats it, she will definitely die. After the two of them finished discussing, they pretended as if nothing had happened and returned to mining. Yin Chujio glanced at them without batting an eyelid, and the corners of her mouth curled up into a cold smile. During dinner, Zhuo Piaoyu took out a basin of buns from her storage ring and handed it out to everyone. Everyone is hungry, right? I bought this bun at the Jusheng building in Linghua City. It tastes very good. Everyone try it. Everyone took the steamed bun and thanked her. Only Yin Chujio held the steamed bun and looked at it over and over again but refused to eat it. Zhuo Piaoyu was extremely anxious. She squeezed out a smile and asked, Junior sister Yin, why aren't you eating it? Are you not hungry, or do you not like eating steamed buns? If you don't like eating steamed buns, I still have some dumplings here. Yin Chujio said with a smile. I'm giving the steamed buns fortune-telling. Chapter 575. A new explanation to harbor evil intentions PFFT. Feng Ming was drinking water when he heard Yin Chujio's words, and the water in his mouth spurted out. Junior sister little Jiu, what nonsense are you talking about? How would you give a steamed bun fortune-telling? Diese, you don't understand, do you? How did to harbor evil intentions come about? Yin Chujio looked at Feng Ming with disdain. Evil intentions? What does evil intentions have to do with a bun? Feng Ming raised his eyebrows and asked in confusion. Evil intentions are hidden in the bun. This is called evil intentions, so I have to look at this bun before eating it. Yin Chujio said as she glanced at Zhuo Piaoyu from the corner of her eyes. As expected, Zhuo Piaoyu's face turned red and she said angrily, Junior sister Yin, I gave you a bun out of kindness. It's fine if you don't eat it, but you actually slandered me for poisoning it. If you don't eat it, then give it back to me. After Zhuo Piaoyu finished speaking, she went over to snatch the bun from Yin Chujio's hands. Yin Chujio moved to the side and said with a smile, Senior sister Zhuo, why are you reacting so much? I was just joking with senior brother Feng Ming. Feng Ming also stood up to mediate the situation. Yes, that's right. Junior sister little Jiu was just joking with me. That's not how you would explain that idiom anyway. She was just spouting nonsense. Junior sister little Jiu, hurry up and eat the bun. Stop joking around. When Zhuo Piaoyu saw this, she could only glare at Yin Chujio and sit back in the distance. She cursed in her heart. Slut, don't be so proud. As long as you eat the buns, you're dead. We all ate the buns, but only you would be poisoned. You can't blame me. Yin Chujio held the buns and said with a smile, This bun was given to me by senior sister Zhuo. I can't bear to eat it just like that. I'll keep it and eat it slowly in the future. After saying that, Yin Chujio kept the bun into her storage ring. Then, she took out a small alchemy furnace and slowly boiled water. She then poured meat slices into it. Zhuo Piaoyu and Ding Lang's expressions changed a few times. If Yin Chujio brought that bun back to the Spirit Radiance sect to eat it, Elder Qi would definitely discover that she had been poisoned by the poisonous red pill once she died. That would be bad. Zhuo Piaoyu found an excuse and called Ding Lang to the side. Senior brother Ding, that bitch is really too cunning. I don't know if she discovered something, but she didn't eat the steamed bun. If she goes back and then eats it, that would be bad. She might not have discovered anything. Perhaps she just wants to eat hot pot. It doesn't matter. Anyway, there's plenty of time. I still have 2 here. It's not too late for you to find an opportunity to act. Ding Lang handed Zhuo Piaoyu 2 more poisonous red pills. Zhuo Piaoyu took the pills and put them away. Only then did she and Ding Lang return to their resting place. At night, when they were resting, Feng Ming moved the bonfire away and waved at Yin Chujio. Junior sister little Jiao, this place is pretty warm from the fire. You can sleep here tonight. Thank you, senior brother Feng Ming. Then I'll sleep first. This day has been too tiring. Yin Chujio laid on the bedding and fell asleep happily. Wu Yinyu and Zhuo Piaoyu were so angry that they were about to die. Fortunately, Lu Shi and the other 2 disciples imitated Feng Ming and moved the other bonfire away, so that the 2 of them could lie on it. Zhuo Piaoyu tried to put the other 2 poisoned red pills into other foods. Without exception, Yin Chujio put them into her storage ring. She refused to eat them. Zhuo Piaoyu was so angry that she almost vomited blood. She had to talk to Ding Lang again. Senior brother Ding, this bitch is too smart. What should we do next? We mustn't let her go back alive. We will act according to the situation. Her spiritual power is the weakest, so if demonic beasts attack us, think of a way to lure them to her side, Ding Lang said viciously. Chapter 576. What are you resting for? Perhaps the heavens heard Zhuo Piaoyu and Ding Lang's thoughts because demonic beasts came knocking on their door that night. Dozens of mine wolves were drooling as they surrounded the crowd. Wu Yinyu was so frightened that her face turned pale. Oh my god, there are so many wolves. We can't possibly beat them at all. We'd better run quickly. Can you run faster than these wolves? We can only fight. Zhuo Piaoyu said. There was a hint of excitement in her voice. Yin Chujio, your time to die has come. At such a dangerous time, it was normal if they could not protect her. Once this bitch died, she would take out the explosive talisman given to her by her father and scare the wolves away. At that time, she would say that she was nervous and forgot about the explosive talisman. No one could blame her. Since you insist on fighting, there are 60 mine wolves in total. Each of you take down 6. Whoever that's not doing well, just wait to be eaten by the mine wolves. Lu Shi was Zhuo Piaoyu's loyal admirer. He had long disliked Yin Chujio. Yin Chujio glanced at him. Each of us take 6? Do you mean that no one should help each other? That's right. Since you have chosen to come to this trial, you must be aware of the dangers you encounter. No one has the obligation to save anyone. If you can't beat them, you can only blame yourself for not cultivating enough. Lu Shi said meaningfully. Although it was very difficult to deal with 6 mine wolves, and they might even lose half of their lives, they could still rely on spirit tools and talismans. However, Yin Chujio was dead for sure. Alright, if that's the case, then well, do as you say. Each of us will have 6 mining wolves. Except for senior brother Feng Ming and the other 2, whoever asks me for help is a slow bastard, Yin Chujio said with a smile. Lu Shi could not help but sneer. Don't worry, even if I, Lu Shi, are bitten to death by the mining wolves, I won't ask you to help. You really overestimate yourself, speaking without fear like that. The first one to be bitten to death will be you. Trash at the 8th level of spirit enhancement. If Feng Ming and the other 2 had heard Lu Shi's words a few days ago, they would have been very angry, and would even have accused him of not caring about the friendship between fellow disciples. However, after they found out that Yin Chujio had the heavenly thunder root spirit, they felt that Lu Shi was like a clown jumping up and down after hearing his words. It was truly laughable. They were just waiting to be slapped in the face later. Zhuo Piaoyu saw that Feng Ming and the other 2 did not say anything to defend Yin Chujio, and she was secretly delighted. HMPH, regardless of how well he usually takes care of Yin Chujio, he still abandoned her at such a critical moment. It seemed that senior brother Feng Ming didn't actually care about her at all. Yin Chujio, just wait to be eaten by the mining wolves. At that moment, the mining wolves had already surrounded them. looking at the group of people in front of them. Their deep blue eyes were filled with greed. Let's attack at the same time and split up the wolf pack. Each of us will deal with 6. Zhuo Piaoyu was afraid that Feng Ming and the other 2 would go back on their words, so she took out her sword and slashed at the mine wolves while shouting. Lu Shi and the others also jumped into the wolf pack and began fighting the wolves. Junior sister Little Jiu, do you need our help? Although Feng Ming felt that Yin Chujiu, this little pervert, did not need anyone else, he still asked. Senior brother Feng Ming, since you are so kind to ask me, I am also embarrassed to not accept your kindness. You 3 protect me in the middle, I will take a rest first, Yin Chujiu said shamelessly. What are you resting for? You must be playing some dirty tricks again, right? Although Feng Ming and the other 2 were cursing in their hearts, they still protected Yin Chujiu and started to fight the wolves that pounced on them. Zhuo Piaoyu saw this scene while fighting and was so angry that she wanted to vomit blood. Finally, she exploded. Yin Chujiu, are you that shameless? Chapter 577. I am shameless, that's right Yin Chujiu. You're just a burden. If I were you, I would just hit my head against the wall and die. Shameless. Wu Yanya's face contorted as she agreed. Why is she being protected in the middle while we fight to the death? This isn't fair. Yin Chujiu smiled sweetly at them. What you guys said makes sense. You should do your own things. It's not right for me to do this, but I'm just that shameless. What do you guys want? Feng Ming and the other 2 stumbled and almost got bitten by the mine wolves. Yin Chujiu glared at them. You have to focus when you're fighting the enemy. Your ability to resist interference is too weak. Be careful in the future. Feng Ming and the other 2 really wanted to turn around and strangle her to death, but they did not know what she was planning. They could only continue to kill the mine wolves silently. As time passed, the pack of mine wolves gradually gained the upper hand. Zhuo Piaoyu wanted to use the explosive talisman a few times, but when she saw Yin Chujiu being protected tightly, she gritted her teeth and put it back. After a while, senior brother Feng Ming and the others could not hold on any longer. Naturally, they would give up protecting Yin Chujiu. When Yin Chujiu died, she would then take out the explosive talisman. At that moment, Yin Chujiu giggled. You guys are almost done fighting. It's time for me to stretch my legs. Senior brother Feng Ming, you guys move aside. Leave the 20 over mine wolves to me. Zhuo Piaoyu and the others sneered. This Yin Chujiu is practically crazy, and she expects them to hand it to her. In less than 15 minutes, you would be eaten by the mine wolves until there's nothing left. Damn it. It would be good if she just died. Boom. Boom. Yin Chujiu was about to show off her power and blind Zhuo Piaoyu and the rest when the sky suddenly rang with the sound of thunder. Following the sound of thunder, several bolts of lightning struck down from the sky. Yin Chujiu subconsciously thought that it was the lightning that struck her, but she realized that these bolts of lightning were silver in color and struck very casually. They were not coming for her, it was just a thunderstorm. However, the lightning shocked the wolf pack. Feng Ming and the others seized the opportunity and repelled them. Yin Chujiu sighed regretfully. It seems that they didn't give me a chance to attack. What a pity. Zhuo Piaoyu and the others were so angry that they gritted their teeth. What did it mean to benefit from something, but to pretend otherwise? What did it mean to be shameless? She was. At that moment, Yin Chujiu took out a self-made waterproof tent from her storage ring. Senior brothers, quickly come in and take shelter from the rain. The people outside should also quickly find a place to take shelter from the rain. Otherwise, if someone does something wrong, they might be struck by lightning. Following Yin Chujiu's words, a bolt of heavenly lightning coincidentally struck not far away. Zhuo Piaoyu's expression suddenly changed, and she quickly found a protruding rock to take shelter from the rain. When the lightning struck, Wu Yinyu happened to see Zhuo Piaoyu's terrified expression. Her heart moved. Could it be that Yin Chujiu, that trash, was telling the truth? Did Zhuo Piaoyu do something wrong? Could it be that the steamed bun that day was really poisonous? Wu Yinyu was a person who had evil intentions, but no guts. She was very good at bluffing, but when it came to the real thing, she retreated. She did not expect Zhuo Piaoyu to really poison Yin Chujiu. Looking at Zhuo Piaoyu's sinister expression, her heart was somewhat creeped out. Wu Yanyu thought of the beautiful snake that Yin Chuzhou had mentioned. No matter how she looked at it, she felt that Zhuo Piaoyu's eyes were full of malice. She secretly made up her mind. After returning this time, she had to stay away from Zhuo Piaoyu no matter what. Who knows when she would be harmed? It was really too scary. Chapter 578. Beautiful Su, did you miss me? Lightning flashed and thunder rumbled outside, but it was very lively inside Yun Chujia's tent. Yun Chuzhou placed an illuminating pearl on the top of the tent, took out some cards, and started playing with Feng Ming and the other two. Junior sister Little Jiu, why didn't you make a move just now? Shi Xian asked Yun Chuzhou curiously. It's nothing. I just wanted to look cool. Who would have thought that heavenly lightning would help us before I even made a move? Yun Chuzhou said with a smile. She wanted to take the opportunity to see what Zhuo Piaoyu and the others were planning. The poison pill did not work, so was she trying to use the beast to kill her? That's right. It's such a pity. I can imagine how shocked junior sister Zhuo and the others would be if junior sister Little Jiu used the Little Jiu Thunderbolt. It's such a pity that you were interrupted by the heavenly lightning. Gung Yi said with regret. He finally understood what Yin Chuzhou meant by pretend to be a pig to eat a tiger. The feeling of face slapping must be very refreshing. However, although it felt good to pretend to be a pig to eat a tiger, the feeling of being misunderstood and looked down on was not great either. One needed to have a strong mentality to bear it. Only someone as thick-skinned as junior sister Little Jiu could bear it. He would have long broken down if it was him. The rain lasted the whole night. It was not until the next morning that the sky cleared up again. Everyone packed up and continued mining. Wu Yanyu did not mock Yin Chuzhou that day, which was rare. She just mined silently. Zhuo Piaoyu was thinking about how to kill Yin Chuzhou, so she did not pay too much attention to it. When everyone was mining, a group of people walked over from afar. When everyone turned around to look, they felt a little uneasy. The people who came were actually wearing uniforms from Heavenly Gate sect. There were almost 100 of them, and the leader was Su Yanran. Yin Chujia's heart sank. They were most likely coming for her. Otherwise, everyone would have scattered once they entered the ancient mine, so it would have been impossible for them to gather like that. The Heavenly Gate sect was not there to mine, they were most likely here to kill her. That Dugai really hated her to the core. Senior brother Feng Ming, you guys don't have to care about me. Just leave. I have a way to escape. Yin Chuzhou whispered to Feng Ming. How could Feng Ming agree? Junior sister Little Jiu, the sect leader ordered the three of us to protect you. How could we leave you behind? Don't say such things anymore. No matter what Yin Chuzhou said, Feng Ming and the other two did not agree. Just as Yin Chuzhou was about to continue persuading them, Su Yanran led her people and surrounded them. When Yin Chuzhou saw Su Yanran, her heart was moved. At Wuwei Tower previously, Su Yanran was still at the first level of the spirit cultivator realm. She did not expect that in a short period of time, she had advanced to the fourth level of the spirit cultivator realm. How could her cultivation speed be so fast? Yin Chuzhou, we meet again. A cold smile appeared on the corner of Su Yanran's mouth. This time, Yin Chuzhou, you would not be able to escape even if you had wings. Beauty Su, did you miss me? Why are there strong feelings of longing in your words? Yin Chuzhou said with a smile. I do want something. I want you to die. Kill them all. Leave no one alive. Su Yanran raised her hand and ordered the disciples of the Heavenly Gates sect behind her. Wait. Junior sister Su, our Spirit Radiance sect and the Heavenly Gates sect have always had a good relationship. Why do you have to kill all of us? Feng Ming said with a smile, trying to stall for time. Su Yanran glanced at him, her eyes flickered. Alright, since senior brother Feng Ming brought this up, I will give you all a chance. Let's see if you can seize it. As long as you kill Yin Chuzhou, I will let all of you leave. Otherwise, all of you will stay and be buried with Yin Chuzhou. You're tuning in to the Li Mei's Wuxia Whispers YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.